What is going on, guys? My name is Mehul and welcome to your 18th Angular 2 tutorial in which we are discussing about routing from the last two tutorials. So in this tutorial, as I said, I would just move um, this thing right here, which is kind of another component for our application, because now we are not only restricted to a single page application, but actually to a we have multiple pages set up, for example the cart one for now only. So to move this thing right out of here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bit of file changes right here. So I'm gonna say this is my component.app.ts. So this is my application file now, and again I'm gonna create a separate file which says component.index.ts. So I've changed this to app.ts and I've created an index.ts, and I'm gonna copy all of that, and I don't need the route config or the cart for this file. And again, I don't need the selector because we'll be working on that on the app.ts. Yes, I need template URL, and yes, I need style URLs. I don't need directives because I'm not creating any child redirects right now. I don't need route config, and I need the my shop component. So for the component app, let's just trim this application a little bit. We need all these three, and we need another one, and that is, if you might have guessed, the my shop component from component.index. As you can see, I have splitted the index file as well, but there are a bit of conflicts here, so I'm gonna get rid of this template URL at all, and I'm gonna type template, and this would be the router outlet, which would allow me to add different components. And yeah, I guess I haven't tell you what this router outlet is, and this tag is actually basically this is a place where anything which you load via route config would get loaded. So for example, in the last application we were making use of the router outlet inside this index.html file. So whenever I was on the cart page, this component file executed, and then all of the stuff which was returned by this component.cart was directly copied into this router outlet. So that was its role actually. So again, we don't need this because we are now creating a separate page for the cart. So what we can do is that we can just leave it right there. And for the component app.ts, I actually don't need anything like that. So and I have to change the name for this to avoid conflicts. Let's just say this is my main app, and for this I need to go to main.ts, main app, because again we are just component.app, importing that and bootstrapping that as well. Now alright, now for this we are done. We need to add another path, that is, if the location is the home page, then I want to have the my shop component, and the name for this would be, let's just say, this should be, what do you suggest? Let's just say this is home, or we need a capital letter first, home page, why not? So this is our home page, and for now I don't want it to link to anything because that would be loaded by default whenever I visit my website. And are we done? I guess we are. So inside this index, no, we don't need this in index, we needed this in cart, and I guess this would probably break the application because we were actually fetching the click event from a different page. So we might need to make use of the localhost, and just missing that on. We need to make use of the local storage actually, so to make it work, and again some sort of problems with internet or Angular code, I guess. This just says me can't bind to router link since it's isn't a known native property. Alright. Router link. Okay, so yeah, so we need to make use of the directives here. And what it would be the router directives. And for that, I guess we need to make use of this route config import as well, but we don't need the route config module, right? Let's just see how that works then. Well, what is taking so much time? I guess this file is taking a bit of time. So I guess I can just get rid of that for now, so as to, because fonts are not important in the application. So we have the following movies available, but it doesn't look like we have any of those. My movie list is empty because, okay, so I need this one inside my shop component as well, because I'm making use of the inside this index.html, not this one, the template one. This index.html I'm making use of the ng for, so that is why I need this. And again, these images are not loaded because there's some sort of problem with my internet right now. So anyways, they are trying to load. Okay, so if I click on my cart, you can see that now we have a separate cart page instead of just getting that ugly embedded card inside that same page. So now this kind of looks like a route. So if I click on my card, we have this card, but eventually we don't have anything right here because I'm missing a lot of events. And actually I can just place the whole code here because I can just get rid of this at all. Actually I need all of that code right here. So the final step what I need in implementing the simple card application is that I need to actually somehow style this page, and the next thing is that I need to somehow push this cart array into the local storage, or somehow just transport it to this page, this component, to this component. And let's just see if I make use of the local storage or passing of data between different components. So for that, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you then in the next tutorial.